What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Right now I am at Tyson's Tacos. This is the reason why I'm in Austin. I mean, just take a look real quick, man. We got one of the best breakfast tacos right here, a brisket, egg and cheese, man. Only thing I had to request, oh, and it has bacon too. Only thing I had to request was just take out the potatoes. I hate potatoes in breakfast tacos, but the food here is, in Austin in general, is amazing. The weather is super nice. I'm not gonna lie though, it's like fucking 90 something degrees, and it's like that every day. So I always have to move my car because I leave it out, and like we have in my apartment complex, we got the outdoor parking, we got like covered parking. So it's annoying because my building's not right next to it like it was. It's not like an attached garage like my last apartment, but it doesn't matter. That's like first world problems and shit. So today, we got a lot of work to do ahead of the week. Work is going to be busy this week. And, like I mentioned before, there's some certifications that I want to show you guys that I'm working on that I think are pretty important for my career. I feel like for me, I'm a business analyst, but I feel more like a, data analyst, data engineer, and I'm going to get more into that. But that's a direction that I see a lot in the job market right now. So yeah, earlier your boy ran 2 miles. That's the longest I've ran since my incident. So really proud of myself there. Ran 2 miles at a 9:40 pace. I'm gonna go to Beano Coffee right now, and then I'm gonna hit Los Campeones and do some power workouts. You already know the vibes, man. So today we're gonna talk about some certifications that I've been kind of utilizing for my career. I wouldn't say like, I purchased any of these or any and all of these courses. Some of them I have purchased, some of them I haven't. They're mainly certificates, and I'm gonna get into the difference between certificates and certifications. I talked about this previously, I think last year on my channel. So yeah, I'm excited about this, to talk to you guys about this. And I'm also gonna be going to Lake Travis later, so I'm gonna be vlogging a little bit. So should be exciting. Your boy is going back home next week. So just happy to go see my family, 3 months out from the incident. I just got done running. I did 2 miles earlier, and I've been doing that like twice a week for the last like two weeks now. So definitely getting back into it. I'm learning a lot, and I'm doing a lot of injury prevention workouts, like with my knees, with my ankle, obviously, and just strengthening my leg without just, going to the gym and getting on the squat rack. Like I will implement those workouts like I used to, but I have to train a little bit differently. I got to take a step back because we really need to get my leg, completely back to normal. I noticed that there were a few things that were missing. I'd be afraid to, fall down from a step or like jump off of a step. I'd be hesitant. There were certain movements where like my foot, I didn't want to put pressure on the front part of my foot, rightfully so. And I remember my calf hurting a lot, when I first started walking again. So learning a lot about the ankle and the leg, and definitely going to be talking about this a lot more in my next few videos. Before we get into the certifications and stuff, I just want to say the last few videos, I was trying to figure things out, and there is something I am working on the side right now, but I don't want to tell you guys. I just want to let you know that I am working on something that's going to be, really huge going into next year, but early this year too, more on the entrepreneurial side, but I'm still ironing out the details, and I'm definitely going to be talking about that soon, and I cannot wait, but I don't want to just spill the beans right now, So we're going to focus on this, and just know that I'm working on something. When I was lit in that last video for 4th of July, I had no clue what I was gonna do. But the last 2 weeks, I've gotten ideas, and now I've started taking action. So that's all you need to know for now. All right, let's get into this first certification. Oh, and we're gonna talk about books too. So first certification that I was gonna purchase, but I don't really feel like I need to, is the Databricks Certified Data Engineer Professional certification. So you have to take, with certifications, you got to take a non-proctored exam. A proctored exam, meaning it's not open book. And then certificates are just open book. And you can take it whenever, self-paced. So for me, the reason why I may not purchase this course is just because like I already have experience with Snowflake, but there's a lot that I've been learning from this course itself. Databricks has a free course guideline that you can follow, completely free, but then you have to pay for the actual exam. May still take it, may not. It's only $200. It's not too bad. Multiple choice. It looks like total number of scored questions 59, so about 60, and you get an hour. You get 2 hours. You get 2 hours to do it, so it's not too bad. The reason why I highly recommend this course for other people is because like the industry is going towards this trend of like squeezing as much out of data analysts as much as possible. And you got data analyst roles, but they're really data science. But now I see this data analytics slash data engineer combination happening. And that's kind of what's happening at my job. But again, I work with Snowflake all the time. And I think my struggle is the business side because I need to learn the business more, meaning like where I work in insurance, I need to talk to the business users and build these reports off of what they want, but also let them know what's realistic and what's not. Because sometimes they want shit that doesn't even make sense at all. That's the whole point, right? You want to build all these things, all these reports off of the business logic wherever you work. But data engineering is crucial and foundational because it's saying, hey, how do we turn this raw data, Excel files or JSON files into these reports and streamline that process so that you're waking up and every day this database that you're pulling from, the source database that you're pulling all your data from is updated properly, that, you're not getting null values for certain values that you wouldn't expect to be null, like IDs or certain dates. Especially too when you're talking about third-party vendor data that you're utilizing for a lot of these reports. And that's what I'm saying with me. Like we rely on other companies to provide data for us, and we have to create these pipelines so that the data is coming in streamlined. And at first, if I would have told myself this in the past, I would have been annoyed because it's like, what do you mean, just cleaning up an Excel file? But no, it's deeper than just cleaning up an Excel file. It's, again, creating a pipeline that exists so that your processes are streamlined, you're not thinking about it, and then you could do the fun stuff on top of that, creating the reports and eventually getting into predictive analytics and data science, machine learning. And I've been trying to work on those skills, but it's just been so difficult because I've been bogged down by the data engineering side of work and the business analyst side of work, like still trying to understand some of my existing reports. And I'll tell you guys more about that at another time. What are the difficulties with my job and what's been holding me back. But I won't lie to you, I've had time to learn these skills, and I probably should have learned them a long time ago in terms of data science and data science and machine learning. But yeah, Databricks is really good, very similar to Snowflake, and if you know Python as well. Funny enough, Databricks doesn't utilize Pandas, it utilizes PySpark. So apparently it processes data better, and it's very similar to Pandas if you know it. But yeah, you're gonna wanna know some some SQL and some Python knowledge as well. But again, this is free. All right, the next one that I think is super underrated, and I'm not gonna lie, I should have had some of these courses done. This is also free, and I'm actually gonna complete it. So I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. Is Anthropic's courses. I use Claude Code very frequently. I use Claude Code, on my personal laptop, and Claude, aka Anthropic, has free courses on how to utilize Claude Code and just Claude in general. So no brainer. This is something that everyone should learn, especially if you're in any kind of data role. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you which ones to learn, but the ones I would focus on, I guess, would be the Introduction to Model Context Protocol, MCPs, which I need to take. Claude Code in Action would be really good. But honestly, they're all free, and I would just take all of them. I like this one too, AI Fluency for Small Businesses. So this is also pretty good if you're a business owner or you're working with business users. So I mean, take all the courses. All right, the next one, the ones that I've taken where I didn't really complete a course, but I kind of just extracted data and information from them. I would say Maven Analytics on YouTube, they're pretty good. They're a little pricey. I think it was like $40 to $50 a month. So I only got 1 month and just, learned whatever I needed to learn in that 1 month. Data Camp is actually pretty good. I know people, I see the commercials all the time, but like they have a lot of courses. But the thing is, they're like these little mini crash courses. That's what they really are. So again, these are two where like I'm going to give you this third one too, Coursera and Udemy. I mean, so in that bucket right there, the last four I just said, I would get like 1 month free if you can, or 1 month you pay for it, and just try to, extract information from these courses. You don't have to complete them, but it does help to put some of these certificates on your resume. So the Anthropic ones, you can put that on your resume if you don't have a lot of experience. The Databricks one, you can put that on your resume, but you got to pay the $200 and it's a proctored exam. But all of these courses right now that I'm saying, from Anthropic, Maven, DataCamp, and any of the Coursera ones and Udemy ones, I mean, they're all certificates. So I would say they're just good to put on your resume to say like you have interest or you're showing interest in a certain subject. But certifications are going to be more useful when you're saying like, you really know the material. So next time I will find more certifications. I didn't really think about that, but I guess for me, the reason why I'm not so hell-bent on it is because I have work experience. And one strategy I had if I was going to look for a new role is that, I would look for marketing certificates. So one that I was taking was a Google marketing. Actually, let me look it up real quick. I took 2 certificates from Coursera. One of them was a statistics one. Yeah, Google Advanced Data Analytics Professional Certificate that went over a lot of statistics and foundational knowledge. So there's some things from that certificate that I could put on my resume and talk with confidence now. The other one that I'm taking is part of a strategy because I want to potentially switch industries and get out of insurance. It's the Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce Certificate. So I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to be an e-commerce expert, but based on my previous work experience and now being exposed to e-commerce, different metrics and tools that these business users, use on a daily basis, and the terminology that they use, it will help me update my resume and show that I have interest in this and that I can confidently switch over to an industry like this. But obviously I'm not a subject matter expert, and that does come with time and experience. So, that's just some examples of like things you could do to upskill. It's just like, even if you pass a certificate or if you don't, it's just helping you learn the terminology, learn some things from it, and then try to apply it to what you're doing right now, So that's all I would say there. I'll find more certifications. There was one that I took that I didn't pass, and I just didn't feel like taking it again. Certification. Let me find the official name. Okay, yeah, so this certification, Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst Associate. I think this was what I took, but it was just basically a Power BI certification, $200. You take a couple questions at the end, 100+ questions, like the Databricks one, and you got to pay for it. It's proctored. This one's $165, so it's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, if you want to take this course, this is great too. There's a lot of free resources on Power BI, and Power BI is a really powerful tool. But I don't think it's the most important tool. And especially with the direction that the industries are going in right now with data science and all that stuff, Power BI is just, it's not that important, but for someone new, it might be, So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I didn't really organize this as good as I wanted. I will definitely find more certifications, and I will hold myself accountable because I'm bad at taking tests. And the fact that I didn't pass this, it kind of does make me mad because it's like I use Power BI all the time now. So I should know a lot of these things. I should have been able to pass this test easily, but you get bogged down with work. But hey, we're not going to make excuses on this channel. All right, let's go over some books real quick that I'm reading, and then I will take you guys on this trip with me to Lake Travis. We got the classic, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, and again, I haven't even read all of these books. I've just skimmed through a lot of these different chapters. So especially this one, The Personal MBA, this is not a book that you just read top to bottom. Like, you definitely go to specific chapters that will help you. Will help you start a business, basically. But some of the terms are a little generic and things you can find online, but it's still a good reference book. Talks about marketing, sales, finance, value delivery, improving systems. There's some things I learned from this book. This is a classic, The 4-Hour Work Week, Escaping 9 to 5, Live Anywhere, and Join the New Rich. But this book was, I don't know when this was written. I'll have to get back to you guys on that one. This is a classic right here. I got this at Target, Atomic Habits. So this is probably one of the books I would recommend out of this list that's gonna help you instantly and has really good information. And I would read it from beginning to end. And then this is a really funny book right here, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson. You will laugh reading this book. Again, this is one I think you should read from beginning to end as well. And it says here, a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. So it's really important that you read a book like this. It will brighten your mood and also give you new perspective. And it's not that long, you know? It's only like, oh my God, it's not even 200 pages. So I should have definitely been completed this book. But yeah, that's what I got for now. And now you guys will see me at Lake Travis. Let's get it.